Recently on Twitter, there is a guy, he's a medical practitioner. I have forgotten his name. He posted a picture, and in that picture he was portraying what women who say, I will not give birth until I'm financially stable.
Before a certain age.
You have to prepare for.
Yes.
And of course he was like, he portrayed a picture and he said, women who are saying, I will not give birth until I'm financially stable. And then he showed like, fibroids are looking at you like this.
Very good.
So there seems to be consequences for people who are delaying to have children.
Yes.
What is that exactly we're talking about?
To begin with, I thought it's well. There are so many implications of delayed pregnancies or delayed bearing of children.
People have called it the biological clock.
Biological clock, and to me, especially that category is actually above 35. For me, anybody above 35, I consider them as those who have taken a lapse to bear children. Implications are quite many, but majorly, I think there are more health concerns, health consequences than very many other societal, even economic consequences.
I think we can enumerate the health consequences.
Yes. As you are aware, I know you are a medic, once you bear children above 35 years of age, you realize there is fertility declines with age. You understand? The more you grow, the more you are most likely going to lose your fertility. And that comes with very many other implications. For example, like you stated, if you're going to delay bearing of children, there will always be a hormonal strike. You understand? There is what we call hyperestrogenism, because the estrogen has not been fully utilized during your childbearing days. Therefore, it may show up later on in advanced age, and you find yourself having things like fibroids. You understand? That's a health implication. You get, which could potentially lead you to surgery. You understand? That is one of them. Two, you're going to have, these are women who have always had miscarriages. You get?
At an advanced age.
At an advanced age. And then you hear them complaining of things.
The hormones are unstable.
The hormones are unstable.
They can't maintain a
Even
pregnancy.
then, the uterus itself, the environment of the uterus should be, situated in a much better hormonal category for it to be able to have an implantation take place. You understand? So that imbalance.
There's a myriad of consequences indeed.
Just from hormonal strikes. You understand? So
but again, you realize
such
also
women complain about witchcraft and sorts of that.
Yeah, by the way. Spiritualizing the
I'm
scenario.
sorry for being funny, but again, at the end of the day, that's how they spiritualize.
They are in churches looking
scenario.
for miracles.
People have gone to these, they call them mountains of prayer, to pray about childbirth. Forgetting you've not had children for the past 35 years of your age. It's absurd. You get? Another thing, these are women who have had chronic conditions out of this. You've heard about gestational diabetes?
Yes, and even eclampsia and stuff.
Eclampsia, hypertension generally. Hypertension generally, because as you age, there's that loss of flexibility and stiffness of vessels, which could eventually lead you to hypertension during pregnancy.
And of course, even weight gain, as the hormones reduce, you can gain weight, and which is not a good thing when you're going to have.
They have had preterm labor. You understand? Still, that goes back to a shift in hormones.
But consequences also seem to not spare men either, because when you are a man and you delay,
however,
there is decreased sperm motility, sperm
count itself,
sperm volume and
all that, because the quality and quantity, these are two factors surrounding fertility. It is quantity and quality at the end of the day.
Because advanced paternal age is also associated with the siring of children with, congenital abnormalities.
That's why you quickly rushed me back to men.
Okay.
However, at the end of the day, it's women who carry this. Whatever happens, the product of fertilization, it's women who at the end of the day bear that. So
they are the major characters.
They are the major characters in this, because at the end of the day, a man's role in this is to only produce their sperms and go away.
And in most cases, men are not even held responsible.
Not even accountable.
Even in terms of fertility.
Because
when a man is infertile.
I'm a man, I'm not going to lose any pregnancy because I will never have one. you get. So we've had chromosome abnormalities, the trisomies, Down syndrome. These are a result of delayed childbirth or delayed childbearing. You understand?
So there is a price to pay actually when people delay it.
And the price is too huge. These are people who have had low weight babies. Yes. But and all these at the end of the day cascade and actually predispose them to cesarean section.
Yeah, actually.
Because of the complications.
Actually, when
the placenta previa, the placenta abruption have all cascaded them to C-section.
Yeah, and they're all related. And they're all related to advanced.
Definitely, it is related to advanced maternal age, 35 and above. You get.
But you see, Isaac, there is a problem here. There is a problem here, especially with cesarean section. And you realize when a woman goes beyond that 29, that 29 age mark, 30 and above, chances of having a cesarean section kind of increase. You find.
Yes, that's very true. That's very true.
Chances of delivering
by C-section are always high.
They are high.
Yes.
It seems there is also a challenge with the body itself in terms of physicalities.
Yes.
The girth in between.
The girth in between here also, and flexibility itself.
Flexibility,
you understand? When you grow, there is that stiffness of muscles, vessels.
It comes in.
It comes in.
Default, yeah.
You are explaining wrinkles. You're explaining wrinkles, and you know characteristics of wrinkles.
And you see aging. I loved this book of Anatomy and Physiology of Ross and Wilson. Ross and Wilson, at the end of every topic, they had one thing: the effect of aging on this.
Each time, every
topic, whether reproductive system, whether lungs, whether what they were saying, the effect of aging.
Or the relationship.
Effect of aging on the digestive system.
Effect of aging on CNS. Effect of aging on musculoskeletal system.
Aging does not spare anything.
Because at the end of the day, Rujumba, age does not spare anyone. It comes with a lot, especially the tensile strength of your body. The skin itself, it loses its rigidity. You understand? That's why you get wrinkled, you get all sorts of things.
But you see, as they wait, as people delay to have children, they are doing a lot of things. They are on hormonal contraception, they are consuming alcohol, they are taking drugs, and all these things complicate the effects of delayed childbirth.
Yes, very true, very true.
Because if someone has been on alcohol for some time, someone has been on they've been smoking for some time.
Rujumba, you are aware, alcohol itself degrades the estrogen levels.
It will cripple fertility on
even on a man. It cripples testosterone levels. You understand? That's why you realize people who take alcohol, for example, who always had perhaps the color of their hair changes. You understand? The quantity of the hair, the quality.
So for a man of 35 years, the whole head is gray.
The texture, it is not only gray, even brown.
And brittle.
And this does not spare your androgens.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. At the end of the day, it will always have.
Because if alcohol is going to have effects on the liver, and the liver is, of course, another industry, another factory for these hormones.
Yes,
for
correct.
these steroids.
Yes, correct.
So, how are you going to do this?
Once the engine is distorted and altered, what do you expect? There will always be a reduction in production. You understand? Therefore, it is going to belittle. Yes. It is going to belittle your production.
Because you've seen men with breasts. You've seen men with breasts.
Gynecomastia.
Yeah,
we've seen very many.
Let's put it as breasts. Because gynecomastia, they will get lost. It's not their language. It's not their language.
They've had breasts. They've had distended abdomen.
Yes.
You understand? For them, they call it
fatness.
Fatness.
He has grown fat.
He has grown fat.
Hatungere
the economic curve has grown as increasing. But this is the effect of drugs.
So as someone is delaying to have childbirth, also the things they are doing, they are potentiating the effects of delayed childbirth. And that's, of course, it also, brings in a very, very big consequence.
Because you remember, first and foremost, there are side effects of family planning. You get these
a number of them.
These therapies, these therapies alter at the end of the day. You've seen women with altered menstrual cycles. You understand? And once there's an alteration in the cycle, definitely your hormones are being tampered with. At the end of the day, you're going to have a lot of issues with hormonal imbalances. You understand? Which will, at the end of the day, definitely.
But again, a person who goes to start children when they are 30 and above, especially for a woman, you're quite sure they may not go beyond 3 to 4 children. The biggest
that's
they can stretch is 4.
That's definite. Rujumba, we know. At the end of the day, when we're discussing infertility, there must be a reduction. You understand? In over. That's without a doubt. You understand? Because women's eggs, let me use the layman's language. Women's eggs are
language you have to use.
Are finite. They are not definite. I mean, they are not infinite. They are finite. You understand? At the end of the day, they have a certain peak level where they have to stop, and you feel like you're
around
not having the quantity.
28,000.
28,000.
28,000.
And every cycle, you're going to release.
You're going to release.
You understand? So therefore, as you age, you're going to reduce both the quantity and the quality.
I was talking to a friend of mine who told me that, are you aware there are women who have aborted more than 25 times?
They are the majority. No, they are the majority. In Uganda here, Jumba, that I think that is a daily song. We are all aware, and they also are aware. Abortion here is a regular activity.
It is as simple as eating matoke.
It is the simplest thing women are doing today.
And it has become cheaper.
Very much. Very much.
Tom Harandich can afford it and just...
Of course the measures are there, really. You understand? The solutions are there.
But what does the society have to lose? Is society losing something? Is the community losing something? Is your clan, is your family, are your friends losing out when you delay to give birth?
They definitely are. Jumba, it is of natural standards that any human being must bear children, and that the role of reproduction is to,
Because I remember Elon Musk was saying recently, he wrote it, I think I would have quoted for you if I had my phone here. He said, instead of preaching against childbirth, we should instead preach about the state of childlessness.
Because today it's increasingly high. You understand? More people are continuing to delay bearing children in our communities, including us, Rujum. We are victims at the end of the day.
Yeah, we are victims. Yeah, ourselves. Yes.
We are adults. You
we are the ones who we should be answering these questions ourselves.
Because we should have had children. Why should there be reasons why I'm not having a child?
So, but what are the losses to the community? How does the community lose in general?
First and foremost, naturality is beaten. Once naturality has been tampered with, expect some shift in societal and cultural norms. You understand? 2, we are losing so much on labor. You understand? Productivity is being battered, east, left, right, and center. You understand? You realize we are going to have a certain curve gradually declining in the total population of the people we are having in our communities, in society. You understand? Therefore, if there is a reduction in production of beings, there should definitely be a reduction in productivity.
You see, there is a guy, he highlighted it in good details. Walter Rodden, in his book, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. One of the biggest effects of slave trade he talked about was reduction in population size.
Yes.
The population of Africa remained stagnant at 100 million for over 3 centuries.
It sounds like a myth.
And the guy was explaining the men who were being sold away were men in their medieval ages. Men who would have sired children.
Productive ages.
Men who would have invented things.
Active ages.
Yeah, men who would have invented things.
Ujumba, if you are delaying, for example, to bear a child, we don't know whom you are delaying. Perhaps you are delaying the next president of Uganda.
Yeah. Perhaps you're delaying an Elon Musk of
sorts. You get. Therefore, at the end of the day, actually, there is no harm in bearing children. There is no harm. There is no harm. Because we know it is procreation. And the role of procreation is to continue, you understand, endeavors that would have otherwise been pursued by the adults. You get? But now you are killing off that. You get? You understand?
But even the competitiveness, when the population is big, it pushes people to go and interact with the environment
and that
discover,
and that is development.
you
Therefore,
compete.
You are killing a surface area for innovation. You understand? You are reducing the chances of innovativeness. You understand?
And again,
and invention.
And again, it seems.
And creation. Where there is production, Rujumba, there is creation. We must be aware of that.
There is innovation.
There is innovation. There is invention. There is creativity. You understand? Who is going to build this? Who is going to do that? Because at the end of the day, we are created differently. You understand?
But again, when you look at the losses, because it comes with a lot of elements, and society, money that would have spent on production is now spent on health grievances.
Because each time one delays bearing children, there are a number of other complications they must have undergone. You understand? Because our bodies are at the end of the day demanding. Today, there are very minimal chances of finding perhaps a 35-year-old who has not had an abortion in the past, who hasn't had children yet.
A woman.
Yes.
And a man who has facilitated it. You see, we shouldn't exclude men in this.
We are not excluding men, because women carry the uterus. That is the problem. They are the people who are abort. Of course, men have been the fabricators of all this.
Because men, we facilitate this decision.
I'm saying we are fabricators, we are manufacturers of what is happening. Because we are always to be drivers, we are supposed to be drivers.
Supposed to be there. So when we exclude men,
I'm not excluding men.
We invite to war with feminists. We invite wars with feminists.
You see,
because the man I was talking about, the man on Twitter who posted that picture of his mocking women who delay to sire children, citing independence and economic independence, was bashed by women, feminists. They bashed him.
You're rushing me and you're going to lead me to the causes.
No, we are going to get the causes.
The drivers.
We shall get the causes.
You understand? And I wanted to tackle.
We shall get the causes. We shall get the causes.
Each time I talk about a woman aborting, I talk about a woman failing to bear children, I talk about a woman, you understand, using family planning methods. You must know at the back of my mind, I'm definitely also holding men accountable.
Yeah.
You understand? So I'm not sparing men. Just because women go through most of these implications.
They are the major characters.
They are the major characters because they are the people who carry pregnancies. But I'm not, isolating men or exonerating men.
So there is also an economic price to pay when childbirth is delayed. Because you're falling ill, you're paying a lot of money. Because some of these things people can, on average, a person spends hundreds of thousands of shillings treating fibroids. That surgery costs.
Other than that, one of the, in front there, we'll be discussing drivers of this. One of them being technological advancement, where people are going to use vitro fertilization, IVFs, to bear children in old age. You understand? Do you know how much that costs?
30 millions plus.
You understand? In one of the ways, they are waiting, they know something is going to save them at the end of the day. Because today we also freeze sperms and eggs for future use. You understand? Those are fucking expensive procedures. You understand? So at the end of the day, the health costs will definitely be so huge to handle and deal with.
And the depression.
The depression.
The depression that comes with the process of looking for a child.
I'm telling you, people visit prayer mountains, calling it witchcraft, which is not, because they delayed having children.
Yeah, they cite a lot of the enemies they've had in the past. They quote everybody they've quarreled with.
We had a number who visited Ben Hinn when he came to Uganda. Majority of them were presenting childlessness.
These are the people who abused alcohol, they used the shisha, they did everything.
Everything. They did used family planning, they aborted, they did what? You understand?
They vowed never to date broke men.
How about you miscarry? Miscarriages themselves.
Yeah,
you are 36, you've never had a child, you are miscarrying. You understand? What does that bring? Stigmatization is there. You get? Imagine now you feel like you've had a whisker of moment, now you're going to perhaps have a child, and then you lose them all of a sudden. You get. There's quite a lot that now
piles up
on these
on
women's
you.
heads. You get, just because of the simple decision they
and
took
that
years
depression
ago.
can cascade into a lot of things.
A lot. Depression itself might not allow you to bear the next, to maintain
Yes.
the next pregnancy.
It can make your menstruation disappear forever.
Forever, perhaps. Because you see, when you're very old, we expect you to be preparing for
Depression
menopause.
can give you
you should be preparing for menopause. Now imagine depression pre-menopause. With whatever you're going to have in menopause.
Suicidal.
It's suicidal.
It's suicidal.
You get.
It's
You can
suicidal.
imagine carrying two episodes of depression, because postmenopausal syndrome itself comes along with things.
Because
like
I hosted
depression.
Brian here recently, and I was telling him the same thing. I was asking him the same thing. Brian, I was discussing with him post-abortion care and clandestine abortions being done. And I was asking Brian the question, why are we having many people going for abortion? I asked Brian, is government and the church conspiring against us, prohibiting abortion, yet this is some savior of sorts? But the point I'm trying to drive at, what's causing all this?
Yes.
What's causing all this?
Yes.
Why are we here?
Yes.
Because,
So why-
because I know, before you come, I know you're itching.
I'm not itching. I'm not itching. I'm not
You're
itching, my
itching
guy.
to go,
I'm
yeah.
not itching, my guy. I'm not itching.
No, it's okay,
because
you're itching.
Because you know, once we go there, you know what we're going to do.
No, no, no. I know where you
So
are. I know.
no, I will try to be formal.
No, you won't.
I'll try to be
I
formal
will not control you until we reach
Fair.
there. No, let me finish my part.
and a little culture.
No, I will fail to control you when you start.
No, I'm saying this time I'm going to try to be
No,
formal,
I will
cultured,
fail to
and a
control
little.
you. I will fail
little
to
fair.
control you. You know it. I will fail to control you. But the point is, Isaac, there is a challenge. We were all raised. We grew up thinking at one time I'll have a family, I'll be a children, I'll be a father, I'll be a mother. Personally, to be honest with you, if you take me back to 2013, 2012, 2011, 2010, 2009, I always dreamed or hoped that by 25, I will be in a home of my own. We all...
You would be a father.
I would be a father.
You'd be someone's husband.
And I think it would be foolhardy of any man, unfair of any man or woman, thinking that a woman who is delaying to give birth, majority of them don't want to give birth. They really want to. So
Although some don't want to.
although some, a few of course,
Yes.
a few, even
Yes.
us men,
So-
a few don't want. So why, what's bringing us here?
Rujuma, like you've clearly stated, we've always bombarded our own selves when we try to do self-introspection. At a personal level, Rujumba, in my very late 20s, by either way, I think I have not done or even equaled what my father had
At that age,
at my age,
Perhaps you
by a
do.
quarter even.
you may not have a quota as true,
Exactly. And don't think that is okay. That's not okay.
and you see it, you
That's
face it every day.
That's not okay.
You think about
It's
it.
a
every
dream.
day.
Each time I go to my bed, that's what I'm dreaming about. Each time I wake up on my feet, that's what I'm thinking of. I mean, what kind of man am I being? Am I becoming? You get? It's like there are factors, there are forces which have pushed me into not being a man enough. It's like someone telling you know what, someone forcefully killing your manhood. Because you must be a father, Rujumba. You must be someone's husband, Rujumba. You must have responsibility. This is what at the end of the day makes you a man. You get? But we have failed, not because we like, not because we wish.
As in
not
Isaac,
because-
there
but,
should be a condition. There should be a situation. Even if you get pregnant by mistake, even if you impregnate a woman by mistake, you should be able to tell them, no, everything is okay.
I was counseling some girl the other day. I will not disclose their name. You understand? Who was opting for abortion. Unfortunately, I don't do those. You understand? But I was guiding her that if you want to continue with the process or procedure, please go to A, X, Y, and Z. You get? I was trying to tell them it's not a crime, it's not criminal, but she kept reminding me, Isaac, I can't afford. What do you want me to do? So, Rujumba, one of the factors that have featured here is financial instability. You understand? People are financially unstable. That is the motherboard People are financially unstable.
We can only pretend.
And when I talk about financial instability, I'm just trying to condense poverty. I'm just trying to be fair with the term poverty. I just don't want to sound synonymous with the word poverty because I've used it wherever I've gone. It is entirely poverty. You understand? Bottom line is poverty.
Because
Rujumba, today, you yourself, you are saying, why are we only holding women at ransom? No, it's not because we've forgotten men. At the end of the day, men have filed Rujumba. For me personally, at a personal level, I think if you impregnate anyone's daughter, you should take the sole responsibility.
That's it.
I want to be fair because I have sisters.
Yes, you have
understand?
sisters.
Any man, any boy, any gentleman.
If a man impregnates your sister, they should stand.
At 100%, no excuse.
And you see,
You should stand, but they are failing to stand. You know why they are hiding?
I was telling someone that I have a sister or sisters. On any day, if my sister tells me I am married, I have a boyfriend, it would make me happy if I hear that they are with a man who is going to take good care of them, who is going to, you know.
Just like you wish someday if you ever get someone's daughter, how you would be treating them. Because
that's it.
I would wish,
I would do exactly what I want to do to be done to my sister.
Or even these men should do more than they should have done someone's daughter.
That's the point.
But Rujumba, can people afford? Do men afford?
You see, in Toro sub-region, I was highlighting it recently on NTV People's Parliament. According to UBOS, Uganda National Bureau of Statistics, they did a census last year, National Housing and Population Census. In Toro sub-region, you have people aged between 18 and 30 years of age. 47% of them are not in employment, are not in education, they are not in any training.
Where are they? You would term them, they are there.
And you both check about the NEET population.
The NEET. Not in employment.
Not in employment, education or training.
So they are just there.
And they are having sex.
Because they should have sex.
Because they should have sex. It's a right.
It's a necessary need.
And they are
it's a basic need of any man.
18 and 30.
That, in Uganda here, that is regarded as the most productive age of any human being. Productive sexually.
Yes.
Productive financially.
Yes.
That is economically. Productive politically. Productive socially. For heaven's sake, if in the age bracket of 18 and 30, you are unable to accomplish
you are not in employment,
that
you are
means
not in education,
we should
you are not
say
in any form of training.
You are as good as dead.
So, is this person going to fit in any way? I mean, in anything called a family?
But Rujumba, the way you've stated them, these very human beings are unable to afford themselves. These are human beings who cannot afford
at country level.
You understand? Imagine someone is not in any form of employment, not in education, not in any training. Do you really honestly think these people can afford themselves a meal per day?
This is terrible.
They can't.
Will this person buy a prescription of 6,000 for his ailing daughter or son?
Will this person is failing to eat?
Will this person take his wife for antenatal care?
Will this person escort their wife to hospital, let alone antenatal care? Today we are receiving cases of urinary tract infections. By the way, medically and by training, you understand, we are supposed to receive man and woman, wife and husband.
Yes.
You understand? At any visit.
They're supposed to come together.
They're supposed to come together for health education, counseling, and a lot of things, HIV testing. You understand? That's why today we've had a lot of issues in families. A woman is coming alone to hospital to do HIV testing and counseling. Really? A wife? Really? Where is your man? People
dread the thought of just pregnancy, both men and women alike.
Correct. Because
they seem to be justified.
Because they cannot afford. They can't afford. You understand? So how do you out of the blue kill someone's sexual activity like that? You're just trying to stop them from having sex, which is actually very hard.
It is murderous.
It is murderous.
It is murderous.
Because these are basic needs of human beings.
It is murderous.
You understand?
Because exactly you follow the game. You follow soccer so much. Look at those boys. 23, 24. He's married with a family. Diego Yota died recently at 28.
May his soul rest in peace. I wanted to refer to him.
Yes.
You understand? At 28, he had 3 children.
He had 3 children.
You understand? He had a wife, he had a family.
Here in Uganda, it is possible in Fort Portrait to find a 30-year-old still at his father's home, being taken care of,
You are
given
being
up
too
key.
fair. Remember, we've seen cases of 38 years of age. People are marrying at 45. People are marrying at 45. They are not marrying because it's a social responsibility. People are marrying at 45 because they are desperate. They are marrying out of desperation.
And
because age has caught up with me. Eventually, or consequently, I need to leave someone behind.
These are the children that come in with autism.
Because autism.
The children which come
Even schizophrenia.
ADHD, schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia.
Even mental retardation.
But when you talk about autism, when you're talking about trisomies, you understand, you're discussing mental retardation. Ideally. You get? So, Rujumba, a couple of 45 versus 44. The man is 45. The woman is 44. Would you be surprised if their children are taken to school and are unable to master the concepts in class?
But again, Isaac at 45, 50 something, are you going to be a good father really? You're already a granddad.
Correct. That's why the result of this, you realize there has not been that good motivational gap, emotional gap between the parent and the child.
You see, Isaac, the solution and the cause that need to be prescribed clearly. And here I want us to be as crude as we can be. Because this thing, you cannot mince our words on this. We need to prescribe the solution clearly. But before you prescribe the solution, we need to come to terms first and foremost with the cause.
Yes.
Because poverty that is bred from unemployment, lack of what to do. Yes. Joblessness,
unemployment
needs to be traced.
Yes.
Needs to be traced.
Correct. Because Rujumba, not every human being under the sun has failed to utilize this or has failed. Because has failed. I want here to discuss Uganda in context.
Yes.
You get? Because Rujumba, you've only talked about now footballers, players of the game, who in their 30s, who in their 20s, who in their 40s are granddads. You get?
Yes, at 38 years, a child of 14, 16 years.
How about Lampard? He's almost bearing a grandkid. You understand? And this is a man in his 40s.
Late
40s. So we should isolate some scenarios. We should isolate some countries when we're discussing this. One, you cannot divorce the situation in Uganda, and in particular Uganda. You get? The impoverishment, the stinking poverty in Uganda cannot be divorced, for heaven's sake. And this is something we will always sing on TVs, national televisions, on streets, wherever we go. Personally, I will never stop singing. This is something you're not going to divorce from poor governance. And I have not passed a day minus talking about this. Poverty in Uganda has been manufactured.
Yeah, it's man-made.
It's man-made.
It's man-made.
You understand?
And you see,
it's understandable that Ugandans work a lot, we are aware. But here we have individuals, categories of people who have been even denied the chance of working.
Because Isaac, here you have 700,000 people are released into the job market every year.
Yes.
And only about 200,000 get what to do.
We don't care whether employed or on their own.
They get what to do.
Yes.
Now, those who get what to do, let us look at what they do. Because 99% of the people who work in this country earn below 1 million. 99%.
There are for the whole country.
Yes.
And below 1 million.
1 million. 45% of these workers earn something below 200,000.
45%.
45%.
Most likely the 45% are the young people.
The young people, of course.
Definitely, because they are the people who are the need.
Because
who are not in any form of employment.
Let's look at it. Would someone be fair to tell a person who is earning 150,000 to bear children?
Rujumba, in town here, a standard room for sleeping in, housing, you understand? How much does it cost per month?
It will not go below 100.
below 100.
That is the cheapest, and you have to look for it for like 1 month.
A meal,
Oh my God.
you've gone to Mpanga.
Eh,
Let's leave the capital ones, let's leave the Rhinas, let's leave everything.
minimum of 5,000.
You understand? Where are they coming from?
This is really beyond.
These are people who have been chased away from homes. Where do they seek medical care from?
But Uhinga is dead. Kataraka
Where
is dead.
today people have found themselves having to go to village clinics. Do you know how much they are charged?
Exorbitantly.
Because I operate a private clinic. Not so. I have to charge you exorbitantly and I have no choice.
You have to cater for the rent.
Because I'm not different from you. I equally have to pay the rent. I
We are
have to feed
operating in the
myself.
same economy. Yeah.
We are in the same economy and we are all in the need. Operating a private clinic does not mean I'm employed by government. I'm not employed. You understand? I'm not in any form of education.
You have
and
to
I'm
take
not in
care
any
of your
training.
mother. You have to take care of.
We
a
have
lot of
responsibilities.
things. You have to pay that rent yourself.
You
where
understand?
you sleep and where you are renting for business.
You have siblings who have also laid childbirth. You understand? So we are in a vicious cycle of events, all coming from one.
But you
source.
see, I was telling someone recently, we were talking.
And we are funny, all of us. We tend to know the problem, but I don't know why we are so fair with human beings.
We pretend not to see.
I was discussing with, I'm sorry to bring in sports here. I was talking to some Manchester United fans who were bombarding Eric Ten Hag last season. Today I asked them, what is your problem? Ten Hag is gone, is no more. What is your problem?
Where are the titles?
Where are the titles? No. Where is the formula you're playing with on pitch? You finished 15th last season. Is Ten Hag still the problem? They love Manchester United so much to the extent they feel they should not be put in positions where they can discuss unfairly the board of Manchester United. They want to exonerate the board. Why? Because they feel once they are put in that position, they should be looking at themselves as people who are going to suffer forever because the board is here to stay.
So bringing it here.
That is, when you bring that here and contextualize it in the
People are willing to
relation
discuss
Uganda,
anything but the leadership of the country.
and all of them shy away from that. Why? We are being
But
unfair
you
to
see,
ourselves.
and you see, fun of it is when you look at this book, Why Nations Fail. I think I will give you a copy. Why Nations Fail by Professor Daron Akimogolo and James Robinson. These boys were very, very clear about this. Once you don't sort the governance question, if you don't answer the governance question, you will not answer poverty.
And I think Jumba, it is common knowledge. It is basic psychiatry.
Because
you understand? Number one, for any developing country, leadership takes the integral part. Why? They are the people who decide for the monies here. They are the people who decide the policies.
They are the
people who decide the system.
they are the people to rein in on inflation
And if you
and
have-
a regressive tax system.
And if Jumba, you have to tackle some of these, you will always look for a fair, just system to tackle this.
But now-
which system should be put in
Now
place
for
by the
me,
government?
that is where because you find people scapegoating things like mindset, people scapegoating as if all of us are deluded.
The same leadership started feminism here.
Eh.
The same leadership. And feminism is one of the causes of delayed childbirth.
But how does
Because-
feminism come in here?
Because, Rujumba, you must know, you must be aware that of the causes of delayed childbirth, we are not entirely going to look at
Because it
poverty.
seems,
But there are
we
some-
don't define feminism well, Isaac.
theoretically, Rujumba, empowering women means feminism.
How do you? Why would you conflate an empowered women with a feminist? Because the two seem to be different.
You see, Rujumba, the two seem to be different. However,
Actually, they're
the
different.
misconception about and misperception of real empowerment.
Because feminism-
listen. The misconception about and misperception of empowerment is what we call feminism here in Uganda.
That's the point. That's the point.
Uganda.
Because they are
You
women.
understand?
Because they are women. When you look at feminism, by definition, the last time I checked, feminism is one's knowledge about their sex and full embracing of it.
But
Feminism.
yes, that is
Feminism
that
does
is
not
too
mean
theoretical.
does
That is
not
too
mean you
theoretical.
go and disrespect men does not mean Uganda abuse
So
men.
our women here also have an issue now. And something we beg them, please, to you rectify that as well as you can. Because that one is also leading you to some issues. You are going to delay childbirth because you feel you are a feminist enough. You understand? Why? It is style. Here in Uganda, it is perceived as style. Modernity. I have a choice. I have a certain career I have to establish first. You understand?
I think that does not border on feminism.
Here.
That borders on some character flaw of sorts.
Here, in Uganda, a feminist is that person.
But you see, the ignorance of feminism...
I say misconception and misperception.
Shall we
now
call
you've
that,
understood me. No, misconception and misperception is ignorance.
I think because feminism is the general term and it's international.
Yes,
it's
correct,
international.
correct. It's a standard.
When we say we are going to base on ignorance of Ugandans to define it, I think that would be unfair.
That's unfair. That's unfair. However, dear Ugandan women, please from today onwards, stop misconceiving
the word feminism.
The word feminism. And please, whatever you are trying to misperceive is simply your empowerment, which has caused more harm than good in this country.
Toxic empowerment.
A woman who is empowered.
A woman who has started earning some money.
A woman, I have a career to establish. You want to
but
make, you want to make someone.
You see, this has also come out, and I think there is a guy, Professor Farrell, he talked about it, the boy-child crisis. Women have been empowered, but men have not been empowered. You realize, Isaac, today women have more chances of reaching their goals than men of the same.
And the irony, and okay, not the irony, but the funny part, the funny bit of it. They are trying to empower people who misuse that opportunity. You understand? Women today, Rujumba, to some extent, I'm not being unfair with them. But women who have been empowered look at themselves as people who are now above me.
But if she's earning more than isn't she above you?
She is.
She can afford to pay your rent, she can afford to buy you.
But she's not there by herself. She has been pushed to be there.
And they have not pushed you.
Correct. We are living under the same system. Why are you saying that you are empowering women and leaving men?
I think that has been a very bad thing.
No, it has been bad.
But you see,
you understand? If you are given a job and you are earning 1 million, and most of your compeers have been, you understand? And your opposite sex have not been. Why must you, once you are there, believe that you have solely
But it's a challenge. It's a challenge. I think very few men can go beyond. You remember of an athlete who was killed, I think in northeastern Kenya, northwestern Kenya, or northeastern Uganda. There,
it's Kenya.
It's Kenya. She was killed by a man after the man got insecure with the strides she was taking in her career.
Kenya, Uganda.
I think there are very few men who can afford a woman who has gone ahead of them in terms of
practically no man has afforded that woman.
Men can. Prince Philip was able to stay with.
Now you're discussing Prince Philip. I'm talking about Ugandans.
Yeah, they are there. Vesige has a wife who is at an international level.
No, Rujumba Vesige is another man. Vesige is a rich man.
There is Matembe. There is Mr. Matembe.
Mr. Matembe is a rich man.
A rich man, but of course you know Matembe who is.
Rujumba, I want you to tell me a poor man. You understand? Who has afforded a woman here in Uganda?
Yeah, being poor reality.
Being poor beats every man. And we should not pretend about it, Rujumba.
Poverty is man's biggest enemy.
A real man, I'm discussing now masculinity.
Yeah.
A real man, I think
he's a man who has.
You should have.
You should
have. And there's no question about that. And once you don't have, this is going to trigger some emotional shifts in your own head and body.
Insecurity.
They
cannot be there and being bought for food and being given where to sleep.
And you call yourself a man.
And they feel comfortable.
And you think you're going to have anyone's daughter. With their hyperinflation.
But you see, even, by the way, women, funny people, even if you are better than her, let's say you're building such a building, let her put their own iron sheet. That's yours both.
No, it is hers.
It is hers. It is hers.
Not yours. Yes, it's hers. And really, for me, I think...
So imagine a situation where she has contributed a lot. What are you going to do?
No, what you're going to do, you can't handle her.
You just can't handle.
Yes, and it's natural.
You're going to stay childless for some time.
It's a natural standard, Rujumba. Nature has set in place some systems.
But it's better. I think the bigger thing to be done here, the bigger thing really to be done here, Uganda needs to wake up to this fact. What is causing the poverty? What is causing the unemployment? What is causing this economic anguish? This economic anguish.
It is poor governance. At the end of the day, Rujumba, you'll always invite me on TV, and I'm sorry. I will not hide. I will still find myself discussing leadership in Uganda. Once I start discussing leadership, definitely.
Because political economy, everybody who has written about political economy will tell you, you're not going to deal with the issue of poverty if you don't sort governance.
You can't.
You are not. If you can't sort governance, you won't sort the unemployment, you won't sort poverty, you won't sort all this economic anguish.
So it's upon Ugandans now. The onus is on Ugandans. They should know what they are supposed to do.
The election period is coming up.
They are going to make wrong choices. Those who will make right choices will be cheated. So it's a paradoxical event, really.
It's a catch-22 situation.
It's a puzzle.
You don't know what to do, know where to go.
Some are going to make wrong choices. Those who are going to make right choices are going to be cheated.
But you see, the challenge with these things is that when you discuss the political situation, the leadership crisis, you're discussing our own lives. And this is a conscience the population doesn't seem to get.
No, those in power,
brainwash the rest of the population.
They do so intentionally. A brainwashed society, Rujumba, is a
I think that's why narratives like mindset are pushed.
Yes. Somehow
they make you believe you're not doing enough. They make you believe you are sort of theorizing things.
Rujumba, you are aware, if you are born in a certain community today, you are being told and conditioned from childhood to think that there is a certain leader
because recently I was somewhere recently and someone pushed the issue of mindset, that people need to change mindset. I asked myself, how do you want people to change mindset? People have grabbed degrees from campuses. They have thrown out the degrees. They're now raiding borders. They are frying chapatis on the street and chips, and still nothing is paying off.
And I think
how else do they change their mindset?
But however, mindset is also key.
Which mindset might be?
Dr. Kano Kiza in his speech recently, while in prison, you understand, hinted on it. He said, yes, however much we are trying to do this, and we know one of the weapons the junta or the dictator is trying to use is to condition people, put people in a position, even when they are very young, to start believing some things. You understand? That you know what? Today very many Ugandans think and believe Rujumba. And you've heard those narratives. That Museveni cannot be taken out of power.
If he goes, there is anarchy.
If he goes, we shall have genocide. You understand?
Let him go in peace, we shall have the genocide.
No, but please, and this is a system that has been created and you are there.
Propaganda system.
Today, Rujumba people believe even if I vote, my vote is meaningless. They are right to some extent, but on the other hand,
they are wrong.
They are wrong
because they are giving the person a win.
They are giving them a win. They are giving them comfort. The person now knows, next time I know where to touch. Okay, your vote is meaningless. First go and vote.
I think the mindset we need to have, we need to change too, recently I was saying it to someone on Twitter, is the mindset to discuss issues of our survival not as bystanders, but as stakeholders.
We should be leaders of our own.
We should be leaders of our own.
We have a duty to play.
You remember the book. To be a leader, you must be just a human being. That's enough.
You only have to have
be a human being.
You need to be a human being.
To be a leader.
To know that this is okay.
This is wrong or bad.
The discernment between wrong and right
is
what makes you a leader. And that takes being a human being. You don't need anybody to come and ring bells for you. You don't need Bobby Wine. You don't need Besige. You don't need General Mugisha Muntu.
Yeah, you need yourself to know because these
are just motivators.
They are leaders.
These are just influencers. You understand? But there is a decision you have to make.
at a personal level.
There is a decision you have to make.
Because
the decision is to decide between wrong
I
and
was
right.
with you one time when we were telling some younger woman who had forgotten that she pays taxes.
You remember when I asked her what she replied?
At gamba katugisasura emisoro.
How is she?
I don't know, she's doing great. So
really,
it is funny.
there is, for me, I
A
feel,
person
I
who
think,
forgets that I pay taxes.
Rujumba, I think our people have not done enough. Our people need to wake up.
60 are sort of
You cannot,
brain dead.
you cannot afford a meal a day and tell me you're waiting for Dr. Kano Kizabesije from prison to tell you that you did not have lunch. I mean,
And you want him to explain to you why.
Once you are hungry, naturally, scientifically, there should be something that is elicited in your head.
To question why.
And it's scientific, you even have no control over it.
You need to ask.
No, you have no control over it.
It doesn't
Rujumba,
happen.
it is called intuition. You do not have control over intuition, Rujumba. It is too scientific that you cannot control it.
It
So
should
I
come on
wonder,
its own.
I wonder and ponder about other people's intuitions. Like, are you dead? Like, for you don't feel hungry? Have you lost all your senses? Like, isn't there something tickling you and reminding you? Because it comes natural and you have no control over it. I wonder when you cannot think.
And you see, the challenge is, I am looking at one thing. Things like delayed childbirth or advanced parental age. People are simply working so hard to cope with it instead of questioning why.
That's why I always ask and wonder. Maybe it is unexplained. You understand me. You are a human being. You have senses. You're supposed to feel. You understand? You have emotions. For you, a circumstance that does not trigger any kind of emotions in you, who are you? Are you a rock? Because Rujumba, let me ask you, and we should not pretend about these things. We have very many colleagues on the streets who do not have lunch, who cannot afford a meal a day. I met a group of boys on Wheat Clean Streets of Fort Portal the other day, and they were telling me, you know what? They were meandering. Why? No, they just told me, we have to be around. We have to be around. So, I mean, if you have to be around, and that scenario, Rujumba, that event does not elicit anything, any emotion in your head. Okay, are you a piece of paper? No, it beats my science. Okay, it beats science. No, it beats ordinary science, Rujumba. Because if I fall sick, you understand? Therefore, there is some feeling of unwellness. You understand? I should feel headache. You get? I should feel headache. Maybe I have abdominal pain. You understand? Maybe I have visual impairment. I'm not seeing well. I'm clouded. You understand? I'm fatigued. Because you feel you are a human being. So for you, you are faced with a scenario where you've not eaten for a day, 2, and you still think that there shouldn't be any question. You're not even thinking that, but for you are there and there is no question ringing in your head. Okay, you explain to me, what kind of human being is that? Isn't it unexplainable, really? Because that is the starting point.
It's beyond the
Because
remember,
remember, every negative circumstance has a bearing. You understand? It should leave a landmark. You should be in a situation where you're going to question. I mean, I cannot afford the jean trouser. Isaac affords it.
Why?
What's wrong with me? That should come naturally. I mean, for those people to whom it does not come naturally, okay, are they non-living things?
Isaac,